Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex here, and today we're taking a look at the Super 7 Masters of the Universe Classics Filmation style Hordak. You can find this figure and many others like it at Big Bad Toy Store. Just follow the link in the description. Now, you get a couple of different accessories with Hordak. Obviously, the figure here, you get an arm cannon that you could place on either arm. Try to pull off both arms, and they are in there really good in the socket. And I got to a point where I was afraid that I would be tearing out at the bicep here because there's no really button or anything that I could find to help kind of release that. So that's something that I'm gonna try it here on camera, but I tried off camera on both arms, and I felt it was putting too much stress on the arm socket, and I didn't want to pull at the bicep and just have a broken figure. You also get the imp in his little chest. You can see his little face there. It doesn't open. I thought if it opened, that would have been kind of cool, you know, if there was something in there. But still really cool accessory. And then you get the little imp himself. And again, you know, his head does rotate. You can see it right here. The arms look like they were going to be able to go up and down, but I saw the legs were glued into place, and really couldn't tell if the arms were glued into place either, because I like it's not moving freely at all. And whenever I move the joints on the Hordak figure, they seem to all move pretty easy. Nothing's like too terribly loose, but nothing's really, you know, a really tight fit either. So everything I was able to move pretty easily, and I wasn't able to the arms on the imp, so I just kind of let them be because I didn't want to have another, you know, little broken figure. But you can see there's some nice little paint apps on him. You can see the Horde emblem there on the front. I can see some different, you know, dark blue paint going around the figure on top of the lighter blue. These little wings, they're kind of a soft rubbery material, so they kind of bend back and forth. You don't have to worry about, you know, breaking them off because, you know, they're very tiny. Yeah, just a pretty cool little figure. I'm glad that we got this with them. You can see the little teeth on there. The eyes are kind of painted. Look really nice. So nice little accessory. I'm cool to, you know, put that on the shelf with him. Getting a closer look here at the chest, you can see that it is painted up pretty nicely as well. You can see a real red going all the way around, and then you can see that the latches, that they painted those a gold. Also down here, little studs as well, and gold there again where the latch and where it would come down, kind of over a little thing where you put a lock on it if you wanted to. So, but pretty cool looking. As far as his hand cannon or arm cannon here, you can see that it would be able to move. So it would, you know, move this way and then go in and out. But unfortunately, I just can't get it, the other arm, off of there. But it's nicely painted as well. And I'm glad that we got this accessory. So maybe some of you guys that have purchased the figures as already, that are starting to see them come in, maybe you'll have a little bit, you know, easier time getting this thing off. But we'll try again here on camera. So I don't want to pull right here. I'm trying to pull here at the shoulder, and that's not going anywhere. And I just can't get a really good grip, you know, around the shoulder piece, and I feel like I'm gonna end up ripping this out, and you know, I don't want to have a broken figure. So that's something, you know, I'm not gonna be able to show you, unfortunately, just, you know, for the sake of, you know, not wanting a broken figure. But you can see that, get an idea, I guess, what it would look like. So I know it's not as good as, you know, having it in there to show off, but maybe that someone that's, you know, had a lot more of these figures and isn't afraid to break them, you know, maybe they'll show that off. But fortunately, I'm just going to be able to show you the figure and the stuff that he comes with. As far as the face sculpt and the paint, everything looks really good on that. You can see the red eyes and the black outline. Same thing here with the fangs. You can see those are red with the black on the inside. You know, the mold looks really nice, and whenever I see the paint where it matches the blue with the red, I don't see any splatter. There's, you know, just a little bit of blue right there, but not really too terribly much. This is just a rubbery material, and you can kind of see the back. It's just, you know, plain black here, and the black going around on the little straps for his arms. That looks clean. The Horde emblem here on the front in red on top of the black, that looks clean. The silver going throughout the sides, that looks clean. I don't see any paint mishaps or anything like that. And same thing here with the feet, where the gray on top of the black, you know, that looks pretty clean. So as far as the joints and the tightness of things, the head, you know, it moves on a ball joint up here, so you can't really get him to look up very much because there's no neck joint, just a ball joint here for the head, but you do get that side to side and a little bit of down there. As far as the shoulder joints, these seem to be really nice and tight, or they seem the right the way they should be. So like if I put his arm there, you know, I could shake him and it's not going to fall down. So I like that. Same thing out here, you know, shake it, it's not going to fall down. So, but you can see that I can still move it, you know, pretty freely, and I'm not having to struggle with it at all. So I think it's just kind of the right amount of tightness that it should be. Here in the bicep, you know, those are always, you know, kind of a little bit more loose. I've had some figures where they've been a lot tighter. So on this guy, I don't want to say that you know, they're terribly loose, but they can move a little bit more freely. The elbows seem to be really solid on this figure. So wherever you put them at, they're going to be able to stay there. The wrist, they do rotate here, and you know, they're just solid as well. The wrist going left to right. You do have the rotation here, which seems to be a nice tight fit. So that's not going to be loose at all. Legs go forward. This is soft rubbery plastic here. So you can go forward all this way, all the way back, out to the side. Those, you can see that I can just kind of give it a shake and they start to kind of come down. So the legs and this little section up here, they're a little bit looser than that one. Seems to be pretty good. So this one over here is just, you know, a little bit looser, but we're not going to be, you know, we're going to put them on the shelf and just leave them like that. Now, I've had some that they were loose, kind of going back here, and I found some of my figures like they'd start to, you know, you walk in one day and they're kind of leaning back like this, and eventually they fall over. So he doesn't seem to have that problem. I would have liked it to be a little bit tighter here in the thigh cut, but not terribly bad. The knees are really solid. So wherever you put those at, they're going to stay, because it feels like you have notches. Like there's a notch, and there's a notch. So there's like 1, 2, and 3. You also have rotation here at the top of the boot, and then you have the rotation here at the foot and foot going back and forth. And those seem pretty solid as well, like they're notches. So you have, you know, 1 and then 2. So 3 positions that you could put that foot in, which I like a lot more than it just being kind of loose, to where it's, you know, you have more movement and can do more things to put them in cool action poses if there wasn't like notches in there. But I like this a lot better. That way, if I put him there, I know that I'm not going to have a problem him falling over because his ankles are a little weak, or that joint, you know, weakens down. So overall, I think it's a really solid figure. So solid that I can't even pull the shoulder out to you know, put in this arm cannon, which I definitely would have displayed him with, you know, this on, just because he doesn't come with any other weapons. So would have been cool if he would have came with just, you know, something. But anyways, that's a little look at him, a little 360, I guess. A little bit longer review for, you know, one of these figures, but I wanted to make sure that I cover, you know, all the, you know, the joints and everything, so you kind of know what you're getting, just because these figures are a little bit more, you know, they're more than your typical Marvel Legends or, you know, Star Wars Black Series figures, you know. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.